Hello Internet, welcome to yet another video. My name is Amir, and on this video we are talking about part 2 of my top 10 favorite nu metal bands, or favorite nu metal songs of all time. Excuse me, bands is a whole different video. Maybe we can make that one as well. Now, how did I decide which songs are going to be on this list and which are nu metal? Well, it basically goes like this. For me, there was a particular type of music that I listened to from the late 90s until the early 2010s, and that's pretty much the nu metal scene. I listened to a lot of rap rock, a lot of metal, a lot of alternative metal, everything that kind of fit into that nu metal sphere. Now, some of these bands have gone out of the nu metal genre and went more straight metal or more rock or more active rock, if you will. But if you look them up online, they are still considered nu metal. And for me, nu metal has always been music that has been heavy, that grooves, and is a lot of fun to listen to. It's got the aggressiveness, but it's also got melody. It's got those chunky riffs. It's got those amazing drum beats, and it's got a lot of energy and a lot of fun behind it. So that's what this list is for me. Let me know in the comment section below what your list is and all that kind of fun stuff. But let's get started. And I'm going to just preface by saying I'm going to cheat because it was really hard for me to make a top 10. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 additional songs. Those 2 songs are going to be my 5A and 5B before I actually talk about 5. Okay, so real quick, I won't do like an official thing about them, but 5A is Inside by Switched. This is a band that really, to be honest with you, I was not the biggest fan of. I think their record is okay, but this song is dope. I love the riff. I love the chorus. I love the outro with the screams and all that kind of stuff. This song has a ton of energy. It's so much fun to listen to. I groove to it every single time I hear it. So Inside by Switched is definitely one of my top, I'd say 15. If I were to make 15 song list, this would have made it for absolutely sure. The second one puts a huge smile on my face because this song got me through a lot. And this is POS by Head PE. I got introduced to this band and this record through my friend who introduced me to Korn and Deftones and everybody. Well, I found Deftones, but he introduced me to Korn and Limp Bizkit and all that kind of stuff, Rammstein, etc., etc. And he's like, dude, here's this band called Head PE. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And the album art was like some of the funkiest album art that I had ever seen. I'm like, I don't even know what to expect. So we pop the CD in and we play, and the very first song is POS. And I hear that super deep bass line with those kind of like electronic drum beats. And then I hear, I'm sorry I couldn't live up to, so sorry I can't be like you, I'm sorry I couldn't become what you are. And I was going through a breakup at the time when I first heard this song. And so that song rescued me from feeling sorry about myself. He is visceral in that song. He's pissed off in that song. There's this take no prisoners approach. Again, I didn't necessarily feel that about this person, but that energy, that vibe, I connected with instantly. And I was like, oh my God, man, like I legit used to spend every morning driving to school listening to that song to get me ready for the day, because it amped me up so much. It made me feel like I was like, all right, cool, like I can do this, I can deal with this, I can see her, everything's cool, like whatever, I don't have to deal with her, just move on with my day. Legit POS by Head PE was like that song that just like it was my caffeine. You know how people drink like coffee in the morning? It was my caffeine to get me through the morning. So yeah, love the crap out of that song. The album itself is okay. There's some hits or misses on there, but Broke, whoo. And maybe one day I'll make a video talking about Broke. Broke is fantastic. Broke is a masterpiece front to back. It's an excellent record. But let's get to officially song number 5. And that is, I had a hard time picking one song because to me, the entire Slipknot record is a masterpiece. The debut record is a absolute freaking banger masterpiece, as is Iowa. And for me, I was actually going to cheat and put 3 songs on here, but I'm like, no, I did a 5A and 5B. I'm not going to cheat on this one. So I was going to choose between Sick, Eyeless, and People Equal Shit. All 3 of those songs, to me, equally are some of the best nu metal songs ever written. People Equal Shit when I hear it and I hear Corey scream, "Here we go again, motherfucker," and I hear that riff and everything, it is on. I could be in the crappiest moods and it'll pick me right up and I'll be the happiest person alive because it is just badass. More so than anything. It is like the definition of musical audio badassery. It's absolutely amazing. But Sick is the first Slipknot song I ever heard. I didn't hear Wait and Bleed. My friend, again, same dude, introduced me to Slipknot. And I put in the CD and I was like, again, the album cover, I'm like, what the hell is this? Who the hell are these 9 dudes with the masks and everything? And I hear the whole thing, I think it's sick. The whole thing, I think it's sick. The whole thing, I think it's sick. And I hear that loop over and over and over again. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What am I listening to? I had never heard anything like this before in my life. And then, it was produced by Ross Robinson, whom, I was familiar with his work on Korn and Limp Bizkit. And so I was like, all right, and Glassjaw. And I was like, well, let me see what he did with this band. And then I hear double beats, and I mean, it's fast and it's precise and it's messy, but it's polished and it's angry and it's so well written. Enemy, show me what you want to be. I can handle anything, even if I can't handle you. Oh my goodness. Fuck this shit, I'm sick of it, you're going down, this is a war. I mean, and then we get to that kind of bridge part where it slows down. You can't kill me because I'm already inside you. And then you get to that end part, you can't kill me because I'm already inside you. And then he screams sick at the very end of it. What an amazing way to not only start a record, but to start a career. Before Slipknot was Slipknot. And they come out with this record, and the first thing you hear is sick. The first thing you hear is how ridiculous this band is in all the best ways possible. From there, it just goes into Eyeless, and you hear You Can't See California Without Marlon Brando's Eyes, and then you go into Wait and Bleed, that amazing single. And I'm not reviewing the album, but I'm just saying, Sick, the song comes on, and it's like, all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? If I'm driving and I'm going 65, I'm at 80 in 2 seconds, and I don't even know how the hell I got there. Absolutely ridiculously amazing song. The intro, the whole thing, I think it's sick intro, just blends into it so perfectly well. It is Slipknot at their absolute best. That it presented a quality that they were able to maintain throughout their entire career and still maintain. Amazing song. Speaking of Slipknot, we get to the band that was discovered by Clown from Slipknot, Mudvayne's Dig. Dude, I was not feeling this song when I first heard it. I was like, who are all... I was that person who was like, man, I'm getting tired of all these new metal bands getting signed. It's getting too saturated. We have too many of them now. What the hell is this crap? Who the hell cares about this stuff? And who are these guys with the face paint and the complicated beats and all this kind of stuff, whatever. Oh, and then they got signed by Slipknot. Well, that makes sense. They're just probably friends and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I gave them zero credit. I will admit that 100%. And then a friend comes over to my house and he's like, have you heard of any new bands? I'm like, yeah, there's this stupid band named Mudvayne. Have you heard of them? He's like, no. And so I'm like, listen to how horrible these guys are. And I go to iTunes and I start previewing the songs, right? Because you can listen to like 30-second previews back in the day. And I play him Dig. And I'm like, listen to this. He's like, this is kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, but listen to this other stuff. And we listen to like a preview of -1 and a preview of Immortal Primates Forever, or Internal Primates Forever. And then we hear a preview of Death Blooms. And I was like, wait, no, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I'm a sucker for melody. So I end up buying the record because Death Bloom sounded that good. It's unfortunate to me that Mudvayne never reached the zenith that was their first record, because that first record is perfect. It's so good. It's so freaking good. Beautifully produced by Gigi Garth. Amazing performance. I saw them tour on this record twice and they killed it, both performances. Just absolutely nuts. And Dig. Holy moly, this song. Talk about a song that like grabs you by the throat and doesn't let go throughout the entire song. That bass line, dun 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 dun. I love the drum beat. I love the precision of it. I love Chad's screams and I love everything about it. And it's a vicious song lyrically, man. It's not a nice, he's not saying nice things. It is a sort of a violent song, but man, it's energetic. And I love the bridge. The bridge when it's saying dig, and he's kind of like whispering this thing in the background, and he's whispering it in triplets. I mean, it's just like these four dudes who appearance-wise were just four rando dudes with face paint, and you're like, what is this? And like one's wearing overalls, and one's got his hair all like this, and the other one's got this long-ass beard and whatever. Were musicians. Absolute musicians, and are absolute musicians, and I mean killed it on Dig and on LD50 in general. Dig to me is quintessential nu metal. It's one of the best that the genre has ever produced. So back when I was in like the midst of absorbing any type of nu metal music I could possibly find, one of my sources for finding new bands was Ozfest. And so every year when they put out the lineup for who was going to be performing at Ozfest, I would look at the lineup, and whichever band I didn't know, no joke, sight unseen, I would go to the record store and buy their album if I could, and just give them a shot. Now this has produced some positive results for me. It's produced some negative results for me. But thankfully this band falls into the positive. I bought Taproot's Gift, never hearing a single song. Didn't know what they sounded like, didn't know what the vocals sounded like, the production. I didn't even know the whole Limp Bizkit story of how Fred Durst tried to sign them and they were about to sign, but at the last second they signed with a different management because Limp Bizkit or Fred Durst was taking too long, and then Fred Durst got pissed off and he like bought all their CDs at like a Tower Record somewhere in Jacksonville or something like that. Listening to Smile from Taproot was gambling and hitting the jackpot. I pop in the CD not knowing what to expect. I just spent $10 on this CD. I'm like, all right, here we go. They're on Ozfest. Hopefully they're good. And I hear dun 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 dun. I hear that riff and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And I like the time signature that's underneath it. I like how it's broken up. And then I hear the whispered smile. And then boom, dude, it kicks in. And it kicks in it's got so much energy. It's got so much energy. I absolutely love the verse. I love how he's singing it at the beginning, and I loved how unique Stefan's vocals was. Stefan, right? Stephen? I'm going to say Stefan, but I believe it's Stephen. Hearing his vocals for the first time, and hearing his tonality, and hearing what the timbre of his voice and what it sounds like. Kind of nasally, but still, I mean, like really on tune and really nice. And then the visceral growls in the second half of that verse kicking in, and then going into that beautiful chorus. And then when we get to the very end of the song, when the song gets super heavy and like the drums, the guitar, and the bass are just full force cranked to 10, he's just crooning on top of it, no more, and he's just holding it and singing it on top, and it's really nice. And that record is a lot of fun. And also the follow-up record, Welcome, was really good. Blue Sky Research was an okay record, although it does have the phenomenal Birthday on there. Taproot is a band that I've kind of stayed with. They just put out a new song like a month ago or something like that, so if you haven't heard it, check it out. It's not that bad. These guys are great. Smile is fantastic. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't heard it yet. Song number 2 is the genre-defying breakout hit by the Bakersfield band Korn. I got introduced to Korn, full disclosure, on Follow the Leader. I was not aware of them on the first record, nor Life is Peachy. So I'm that dude who got introduced to them through Got the Life and Follow the Leader. However, with that being said, Freak on a Leash is one of those songs that broke the mold of what a popular rock song can sound like. It did not sound like anything else on rock radio. It was completely different than anything that Creed was putting out or anything that any of those bands were putting out. It was different, but it was different in a good way. You had the awesome drum beat by David on there. You had the excellent bass line by Fieldy. You had Monkey and Korn doing those really cool down, down, down. And then Jonathan Davis in one of the rare verses that are super memorable, if not more memorable than the chorus. Something takes a part of me. I mean, perfect. The music stops and he starts singing and all that kind of stuff. And then you get to the pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus, to me, is more memorable than the chorus. You'll never see me fall from grace, dum 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 dum, and then the excellent chorus that is unconventional. The chorus isn't David playing on like hi-hat and snare crash cymbals. He's playing on the toms. Dum, 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 dum. And then the slow down, the dum, 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 feeling like a... And then it goes right back to the mid-tempo. There are so many things about this song that are unique. It's not one or two things. The verse is unique, the pre-chorus, the slow down from the chorus back into the second chorus, and then the excellent bridge. Jonathan Davis just scatting his ass off and having an amazing time while the drums are just chilling in the back, playing a simple beat. Field is just going crazy on the bass. Field and Monkey start doing that. And then Jonathan Davis screams, go, and then the whole band kicks in full force, full volume, and then Jonathan starts scatting aggressively. I mean, this is like, you know, on the heels of what he was doing on Twist from Life is Peachy, and just going nuts and amplifying it so much more. And then we go back to the excellent chorus again, and then it ends. Such a great song, phenomenally written. The arrangement is perfect. And whether you like the song or not, you can't deny the fact that it changed the game a little bit of what was okay in rock music, what tools you could use, what influences you can bring into the music, because it was a little bit of everything. And it was really, really well put together. An excellent song, 20 some odd years later, still one of the best songs of the entire genre. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Number 1 is Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. Now, some of you, actually a lot of you, are probably going to be like, hell no, dislike right now. What the hell is this dude talking about? But hear me out. I said at the beginning of this video and at the beginning of the part 1 video that nu metal to me, this is my list. This is my top 10 list, and who cares what I have to say, right? You have your own top 10 list, and I'm sure it's infinitely better than mine. But to me, nu metal is supposed to be not just aggressive, not just played by superiorly talented musicians who are excellent at their craft and what they do. Not supposed to be just produced well and aggro and this and that, whatever the next thing, but it's supposed to be fun. And even though we have artists like Korn who wear their heart on their sleeves, and yeah, Daddy is not a fun song in any way, shape, or form, but when you hear Blind, when you hear Chutes and Ladders, hell, when you hear Chi, when you hear Good God, there's still some element of fun that's in there. Those drum beats are fun to play. Those guitar lines are fun to play. Those bass lines are fun to play. Headbanging along to it is fun to do. It's not like you're just sitting in a corner miserable that you're listening to this music. No, you're enjoying the experience. And for me, when I hear Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, holy crap do I enjoy that experience, because that is a song that to me is the definition of fun. Move in, now move out, hands up, now hands down, back up, tell me what you gonna do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Dude, that song is a lot of fun. Yeah, whatever. Lyrics are just fine. L-I-M-P, Biscuit is right here. People in your house, put them hands in the air, because if you don't care, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Does it make sense? Not really, but I don't think it's supposed to. It's a ton of fun, man. I love the music video, and some are going to argue that My Generation is a better song. First and foremost, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water to me is an excellent record from beginning to end. It's much better than Significant Other. It's much better than $3 Bills, y'all. It's my favorite Limp Bizkit record. My Generation, while I think is technically a better song, specifically the that riff is awesome. It's top notch. Rollin' to me is just a vibe. Side story, I went to my cousin's wedding in Dubai, and we went to a club, and yes, there are clubs in Dubai. There was a cover band there, and we were just having fun listening to this cover band, and they started playing Rollin'. And I was just like, out of my way, dude, I gotta rock out to this. Had an excellent time. But yeah, to me, this song is fun, man. It's the definition of what this type of music is supposed to be, which, yeah, absolutely. It's some serious music that talks about some serious issues, but it's also super fun to play, and it's also meant to bring out the best version of you possible while rocking out. That to me is what this song is, and I love the crap out of this song. Sue me. That was my list of my top 10 favorite nu metal songs of all time. What's your list? Let me know in the comment section down below. And it could be 5 songs, 10 songs, 15 songs. Who cares? Just let me know what you think about the genre in general. And by the way, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. I'm seeing the numbers go up every single day. I'm greatly appreciative of all your guys' support, and I can't wait to share more videos with you guys soon. Thanks for watching. My name is Amir, and I'll see you next time, Internet.